about something is contact your politicians directly, which brings us to Lou Marin of the Florida Republican Assembly of Orange County. We had him on the other day because the Senate and the House had just passed what is now known as SB7050. It's the, shall we say, tinkering that they did with our election laws. And now that Lou's got it sorted out, you say it's a big thumbs down. Is that right, Lou? Thanks for being with us again.
Yes, sir. Double thumbs down, Chris, and great to be back on the American Adversaries show, my favorite conservative show.
I appreciate that. Why is it a double thumbs down?
Well, when you look at it from the 20,000-foot view and looking down, and you're asking the question, what are they trying to accomplish? And it's become very clear to our voter integrity statewide team that says all they're doing is trying to shut down the grassroots or citizen-driven information groups that are looking at the voter integrity snafus or what they call anomalies, and they're just basically do not want to see citizen oversight over the election. That's the problem. Lack of transparency. I got a problem when people are sitting there telling us, no, you don't have access to this stuff anymore. You don't get to work with these supervisors of elections. When we send the supervisors of elections the data, and don't get me wrong, not all supervisor elections are bad. I'd say a good 60% of them probably are actually pretty good. It's that other 40% that are bad. These, when I say bad, meaning they're not maintaining the voter rolls. They're dirty. We have, like, for example, statewide, we have over 440,000 bad addresses that we found, and over 220,000 out-of-state active registrants that are still on the voter rolls.
Which of those buckets?
Talk about the dead people.
Lou, Nostradamus here. Which of those buckets do you think you'd put Bill Cowles in?
Well, he has over 33,000 just in Orange County alone. We actually have it broken down by county, and it just tells me that these folks are not doing their job. And if I was to give them a grade, they'd get an F, and they need to be fired, need to be replaced. This is not a Republican or Democrat issue. This is actually a American, a Floridian issue that we need to resolve. And our voices are being stamped out to poor management of our voter rolls.
Does the governor have the power to do that?
Oh, yeah, he can come in and fire for sure. He can fire Bill Cowles tomorrow if he wants.
Mm-hmm.
But end of the day, and we gave all the supervisors of election, all 67 counties, all the data. And keep in mind, it's the data they have on file. We just take it, run it against our artificial intelligence. I like to call it OI, organic intelligence, and run through this stuff, and we come up with these numbers, and we're just perplexed. And we say, hey, here, Mr. Supervisor of Election, can you look at this data here and, look at it and see if you can clean this up? Some are, thank you, Mr. Lou, thank you. We're happy to get this. We'll look into this. And some are like, well, you don't have the authority to do this. They get very, very defensive. And I'm thinking, we're not trying to create, and we said in our letters, we're not trying to create a adversary relationship. We're trying to just be good citizens and let you know this needs to be looked at. So, but I'm really proud of our voter integrity statewide organization. Chris Jersky and Mark and all they're doing a sensational job going through this stuff, and we have the technology to go through these the whole state of Florida, all the voter registries, all the voters in Florida, and we can go through that in 24 hours and verify what's good and what's bad and what's ugly.
But you're saying that in the future that will be impossible to do. This makes it impossible for grassroots organizations to oversee the government, or just that the government doesn't have to respond to them?
I think all the above. They're looking for excuse not to. When you look at, again, you go through the bill, it just basically said, they got to be a approved government organization, in order to look at the stuff. I guess what they don't understand, they think that the data we're giving them is something that we created. No, it's the same data they work with every day. We're just taking the data and we're checking it out, making sure that the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, So, and the other thing that I got a little bit of heartburn with, and listen, I love our governor. He's done some great things for our state here. But why do we got legislation language in this bill that allows the governor to run for president? That has nothing to do with voter integrity. And it's kind of like they sneaking this in here. We voted for him for a second term to serve our governor not president of the United States. I like to see him president of the United States, but not now. We voted for him to serve another 4 years as our governor. And I got a little bit of a problem that he's flying around the country, signing books and making speeches, around the world. And he should be home here tending some of these issues like the voter integrity and or also the medical freedom, which we touched base on. But end of the day, if I were to give them counsel, I say veto this thing, send the legislators back, and create a bill that gives citizen oversight so to build the trust so we can verify the bill. To me, it's not going to restore voter confidence. If anything, this will do more damage than good.
So, by the way, you have a phone number for the governor. It's the governor's office is 850-717-9337. You can call there, leave messages, be respectful, or they're going to, not going to pay any attention to you.
Yes.
You got to be respectful. 850-717-9337 for the governor's office, and you can also email the governor's office. I think it's governor at florida.gov or something like that, but it's easy to find. Just Google it. 850-717-9337 to call the governor's office and encourage him not to sign this bill. And if he doesn't sign it, it does not become law. And perhaps they can go back and rethink about this thing. Yes, man, the whole purpose of that, resign to run law is to prevent someone from using the governor's office to run for a higher office, because we elect the governor to be the governor of the state of Florida, not for him to use that as a springboard to be a president. And
absolutely,
and to have to change the law, I mean, that looks kind of elitist. It looks kind of like something that Jeb Bush would do or something, right?
Yeah. or Charlie Crist.
or for Charlie Crist.
Or Hochul.
But go ahead.
Yeah, I find this, like I said, this bill, it lacks transparency, and it lacks oversight for the Floridians to be able to look at what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, and that's the main reason why we don't want him to sign it. I mean, if he wants to run for president, whatever. But this is just it. Once again, it is not about transparency. It's about making it harder for grassroots organizations from both sides, by the way, to look into what's going on and try to make sure that everything is legit. So
absolutely,
that's all we're asking to do here. So, all right, Lou, you're doing great work out there, and we appreciate what you're doing.
Well, I appreciate what you guys do too, and anybody out there wants to get involved in voter integrity, or we have such a huge different committees that get involved. We call them our FRA, We the People committees. Remember, committees create policy, and policy turn into laws. And so we're real proud of what we're doing. You want to become a member, go to FRAOC.org. Again, that's FRAOC.org. If the chapter out there, if there's a county out there like to set up a chapter, all we need is 20 members to get started. And if none of that appeals to you, then donate generously to FRAOC.org, because we're much like a campaign. You need resources to operate and to do the things that we do.
How many counties are you in at this moment, Lou?
We have 15. Got Collier County coming online here this month, May, and I'm hopefully 2 or 3 more lined up. It's just a matter of getting a date and going up there and making it happen. I suspect before our presidential convention in October, we should have I'm hoping to get us up to at least 30, maybe 35 counties.
Any Central Florida counties that need a push?
We'd like to get one in Seminole County. Seminole County needs us up there, because it breaks my heart to see some things I see up there. They're not honoring the 11th commandment, some of these folks up there. We got to work together. It just seems like everybody's just so dysfunctional these days, and I really feel bad for that awesome guy named Bruce Cherry, who's a new chair up there. He wants to do what's right, and we just got to support him and rally around him to get us all our Republicans back together and try to be supportive of each other. I find a lot of times tell people, listen, we really encourage the 80-20 rule, which comes back in the Reagan days, what made him successful. And let's work on 80% of things that we agree on. The other 20%, leave it at the door with your ego. We don't have time for this. Right now, that's how we lose elections. We implode ourselves by getting in the weeds sometimes, worried if the sentence needs a period or an exclamation mark. Just get focused on the bigger picture.
Very well put. Very well put. And you're right. Bruce is a great guy up there, and it has been a mess up there, that's for sure. So definitely, if you're listening in Seminole County and you'd like to put together an FRAOC group for Seminole County, just contact Lou at an FRA group in Seminole County. So it would be FRASC. But
Yes.
just go to FRAOC.org, and Lou will walk you through it. Go ahead.
Or you can call me directly at 321-228-2800. It's time to be uniters, not dividers. Let's take back our country by working together.
All right. Thank you so much. By the way, when's the next meeting for the Orange County?
The next meeting is on the 15th of May. We have a couple gentlemen that will be coming in speaking. Dr. K, who'll be talking about PTSD, veterans, that kind of different programs that are out there. And we also got a gentleman named by Alex Newman, who'll be covering about the Great Reset. He's got a phenomenal speaker, international, writer. He's incredible. He'll knock you off your socks. But May 15th, and we'll be down at the Hilton Doubletree, right off of Kirkman. So, but I'd love to get people on there. And again, go there to FRAOC.org, click on events, and get your tickets today before they sell out.
Excellent. All right. Thanks so much, Lou. And thanks
Thank you,
again.
Chris. Thank you, guys. For all you guys do too. You guys are a blessing, man. You guys are our voice, a voice of common sense, bringing common sense and back to the table. And we appreciate that.
All right. Thank you for that.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
you.
sir.
All right. Once again, that number for the governor's office, if you'd like to encourage him not to sign SB7050, 850-717-9337. 850-717-9337. And you might want to keep that phone number around in case you might want to give him some advice in the future. All right. You are listening to the American